It's Wednesday, January 18th, and welcome to The Rundown, a daily video recap where we'll bring you here into the Post newsroom and break down all the day's top headlines. Today's centerpiece takes a look at what we've termed the blessings of the bricks, in which many acts, including Lil Wayne, Mike Posner, Machine Gun Kelly, The Fray, Wiz Khalifa, and tons of others, have hit it big just weeks after appearing here at OU. Check out today's front page for a full breakdown of all the artists who have gotten their big break just weeks after playing either at the Combo or Mem Odd or at one of our fests. Today's front page also includes a breakdown of Ohio football team's various national television appearances this season, including their appearance in the December 17th famous Idaho Potato Bowl. That showdown against Utah State drew a 1.7 overnight Nielsen rating, which was an improvement from the Bobcats' 1.3 rating during last season's R+L New Orleans Carrier Bowl. That 1.7 rating means that slightly more than 2.4 million viewers across the country tuned in to see the Bobcats earn their first ever bowl victory when they beat the Aggies in a really gut-wrenching game that came down to the wire. I'm here with Nick Talante to talk a little bit about Flare Code, which is a new media organization and a new technology that we're going to roll out here at the Post in tandem with WUB starting today, which is really going to, in some ways, revolutionize the way we give content to our mobile viewers, our mobile readers. So to start, if you pick up a copy of the Post today, you'll see what is kind of a bulked out QR code on the front. And what that does is if you scan that with your smartphone, you'll be able to access our content as well as WUB's content in kind of a feed breakdown. So Nick, tell me a little bit more about kind of where this idea came from. You're kind of one of the co-founders and co-creators of this concept, and what the long-term goal is with this. I know this is the first newspaper this code will appear in.
Yeah, so I'm actually from a journalism background, as you know. And the whole project was inspired by the December 2009 issue of Esquire, which I'm a huge fan of. They did it was called the Augmented Reality issue, where they had these codes where you would download the software to your laptop and you would hold up the magazine, and then Robert Downey Jr. would like dance on the cover of your magazine, like, hey, check out my Sherlock Holmes trailer or something like that. And so I thought it was really cool that there was this, this new technology, this new attempt to take all the benefits of digital content and take that and put that into the print experience and combine those two things. But the problem was that, number one, you had to download the software. They had the developers that had to code the whole thing, and it was like this one single experience. And so we thought, how can we take that augmented reality and, number one, remove the novelty of it, and number two, make it easy for everybody to do, not just huge organizations like Esquire, but things like the Post and somebody that owns a band or whatever. Anyone can do what we use our technology. So 2 years later, we're ready to roll out this technology.
Definitely. So what exactly is a Flare Code?
So Flare Code it's a means of taking digital content from all across the web and remixing that into a unified mobile experience. It also works on desktops and stuff like that, but we prefer the mobile is the central point. And so what you get when you get a Flare Code is all the content that's relevant to whatever object you encountered it on in the real world. So if it's on a menu, you'll get the hours and videos or something, whatever that restaurant's producing. Or if you scan the Post, you'll get all this news content that's relevant to that object. And also a community discussion that's going on both ways, between you guys and your readers, or between the people that work at a restaurant and eat there, or the people that are fans of a band and the band itself. That adds a legitimacy, so that there's a discussion that's going on, and it's not just around the content that you guys decide. So it's a little bit of a letting go of that control. But that's kind of what Web 2.0 is all about.
Yeah, and that's what really interests me about the concept, because there's so much potential for community engagement, where you've got the content's out there, but you've got your mobile users who, in the moment, as they're looking at a story, can scan a code and give immediate feedback on it, or can then see the related content, which even on a website with related tabs and links, it still might not be that easily accessible. What interests me the most is the potential there for that kind of community engagement. Is that what you guys envision? Is that this is being a really that feedback being a central part of Flare Code and how that's working, or how else do you see media organizations using these?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, for us, it's really important that it not just be used as a tool for marketing. I mean, it's great to be able to market your products with Flare Code, but I think it's an essential component that people be able to speak honestly about whatever they're encountering in their daily lives. I mean, that's a really important component, I think, of media today, is that two-way channel, and it helps you guys figure out what your users want, what your users are feeling. And you guys have websites, the comments and everything like that. I mean, that's that's an essential component of media today, is that feedback loop. So it's something that we're really excited to include in Flare Code.
This partnership's unique because it brings together two different organizations, the Post, which is traditionally a print medium, which does some multimedia, and WAUB, which is traditionally broadcast and radio, and does a ton of multimedia, and it brings those two together. So this project, tell me a little bit more about what the potential this has to kind of create a one-stop shop here for people at Ohio University and in Athens, but then also, could this project be, or could Flare Code be something that is a facilitator for more of these print broadcast traditional outlet convergence projects? You see a lot of, for over a decade now, maybe 2 decades now, there's been a lot of talk in the industry about the convergence model of broadcast channels partnering with newspapers and trying to kind of share services but also to provide a better product. Could Flare Code be a facilitator for that, and how do you see that manifesting itself here in this post-WAUB partnership?
Yeah, I definitely think that will be a facilitator for, this is definitely a really unique thing. I'm not sure when the next time we'll see something like this come together. Maybe it definitely has potential for, there's a lot of media organizations that own broadcast stations and newspaper organizations to be able to bring those together in a single way. And that's not what you guys have here, but it's that kind of thing. And for Flare Code, we handle all the different content. It's all the same, it's just zeros and ones online. So, we see this multimedia landscape really emerging anyways. And so what I'm thinking, even to go beyond what, something like this, is Flare Code makes it possible to take feeds of information that you don't even necessarily own. So you can go on YouTube and you can assemble a playlist of different videos from something that you're passionate about or something that you care about, and you can bring that into an experience alongside your content or content from other places. So that's just kind of the nature of the web today, is that you're pulling, you don't really know a lot of times where your content's coming from. And so we create, by creating a unified experience from all across the web, it's possible to do things like this, but it's possible to do all kinds of things like that.
Now, what kind of feedback are you guys getting on Flare Code? I know it's been, what, 2 years in the making now. It's been pitched to a lot of different places. You've talked with a lot of different media executives and organizations about potentially how they would use Flare Code. Do you see, at this point, is it something still being marketed primarily at print audiences, or what are the next steps here?
Yeah, that's something that we've been really working hard to try and hammer down, because the thing with Flare Code is that it just seemed like such a necessary thing to us. Like, it just made sense that, for me, I'm a really hard advocate of augmented reality, of putting digital content into the physical world. I think that bridge that gap is going to close significantly, if not entirely, within the next decade, and that's something that we're trying to do. And what that means, it crosses beyond media. I think for media it's a no-brainer because you guys are engaging in so many different types of media. But anyone who's trying to tell their story and communicate, it's possible now for them to do the same kind of level stuff that you guys can do.
Definitely. Now, I know our partners over at WAB are really excited about it. It's something we're really excited about here at the Post. So make sure to check out that Flare Code on the front page of the Post today and every day. Snap a shot of it with your phone and interact and give us whatever feedback you have on it, because we'd love to hear it. I know you guys would love to hear it as well.
Definitely.
Where can people go to find out more about the concept of Flare Code, not even specifically our code, but just more about the project, if there are other media organizations out there that are interested, or other student organizations that are interested in trying to partner up? Where can they find out more information?
We'll definitely go to flarecode.com. It's FLARE code, CODE.com. We just rolled out our beta earlier, like last week, so now people can sign up and actually make their own codes for the first time, and I'm really excited to see what people do with it. We have no idea what people are going to do with this tool, and we can go any way right now. So yeah, get in there, join Flare Code, join the beta, start building stuff, and we can't wait to see what people do. So this is hopefully going to be the beginning of something awesome.
Definitely the beginning of something awesome. This is really, really exciting. I'm pumped for it. Like I said, check it out on the front page of the Post today. And as always, stick with the Post, your independent voice in Athens and at Ohio University.